Good morning, everyone. So today we're going to work on our forward folds, which is basically our sandwiches, as Gabby said, or as quesadillas. So it's going to be a class focused on trying to elongate the backside of our body, including not only the legs, but it's also kind of elongating the whole back part. So the buttocks, the back, the neck, and even kind of the fascia, kind of the whole skin and muscles that surround your head. So it can be quite therapeutic and massage, like a massage. So we're going to start in the middle of our mat and bringing our feet about hip distance apart. So not too wide, not too kind of not too together. And start to bring your feet until they are actually parallel to the mat, or the outside edges of your feet are parallel to the edge, the long edge of your mat. And then you're going to notice that that's going to create quite a diagonal line into your feet. Now from here, lift all your toes, strongly push the balls of your feet into the mat, and if possible, bring down only your big toes and your pinky toes. It's going to require quite a lot of concentration. Then slowly bring all the other toes up. So from the toes, and this is possibly kind of one of the things that I discovered with forward folds that we have forgotten about. A lot of the strength from the forward folds can come from the toes, and we don't use it that much. So we're going to really focus today on keeping the toes integrated into the class. Really feel that the toes are integrated, that the heels are pushing into the mat, like monkey toes, grabbing into the floor. And then from here, feel that strength pushes all the way to the front of the legs. And I want you to feel that there is like a constriction into the front of the legs, and you're preparing to run. Feel that your hips are moving towards your knees without moving them, but that sensation of like moving, tilting your tailbone. Then elongate from the spine. Try to feel that your belly button is pushing back and up. Roll the shoulders to the side and just close your eyes. So feel as stable as possible. If you want to, you can start to go side to side. And start creating some control into your breath. Feeling how the air comes in and goes out. On the next inhale, bring the hands all the way up into the sky. Bring the hands together, interlace all your fingers, pat your index, and try to get as tall as possible. On the exhale, try to feel that now the strength goes into the back of the legs. So feel like your buttocks are moving towards the back of your knees. And as that happens, you start to move your hips forward. Just a tiny bit, it doesn't have to be a lot. Now slowly we're going to change. Elongate the back side of your legs. Try to create that feeling of engagement into the front of the legs. And just slightly start to move halfway down. Now again, inhale, up. Elongate the front of the legs. Really feel that your buttocks are going towards the back of your knees. And then push forward, just a tiny bit. Exhale. Elongate the back side of the legs. Feel that your hip points are moving towards your knees and down. This time try to go halfway down. If it's too much into your hands, you can bring the hands to the back. Inhale, move up. You can bring the hands against opposite elbows as well. Same thing, concentration, or like bring some engagement into the back of the legs. Elongate the front. And exhale, same thing. Elongate the back of the legs, then engage the front, go halfway down. And stay here. We're going to stay here in halfway down for about 20 seconds. Just focus on the legs. If the hands where they are, it's too much of a distraction, it doesn't allow you to go into the legs, just release the hands into the side, down, it doesn't matter. But feel kind of all the engagement into the front of the legs, really a lot of engagement, feeling that your hip points are moving towards the knees, but that the front of the chins are also getting long. Now feel that your buttocks is pushing up into the sky. Avoid kind of having your lower back collapsing. So feel that your chest is pushing against the floor. And stay here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. On the next inhale, start to go up, up, up. Again, if they are not, interlace the hands against opposite elbows. This time we're going to go into the tip of your toes. We're going to strengthen again the back side of your legs. Stay with me for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're going to do the same as we were doing before. Slowly start to feel that your buttocks is moving towards the back of the knees, elongating the legs. Avoid kind of going down. And exhale, staying on the tippy toes. Now feel the engagement into the front of the legs as you move halfway down. Again, if the hands is too much, just release them. And from here, you're integrating the back side of your foot into the position. Really feel how the back side of your legs is elongating. And with the front, just feel the engagement. Really feel the engagement. Slowly, bend the knees, release the heels down, and bring your chest down towards the legs. Release the hands. Release any effort from here. Close the eyes, just move side to side. We're warming up the legs. Then going a little bit into what is going to be the main thing of this class. So one of the things that you're going to notice with forward bends is that in order to move deeper into a forward bend, you really have to focus on engaging the part that is inside the sandwich, inside kind of that quesadilla, as Gabby calls the forward bends. So in order to go deeper, you really have to focus on elongating the back, but actually, most importantly, engaging the front side of the legs. So stay here, 2 more breaths with the bent knees, your chest against the legs. Once again, interlace the hands against opposite elbows. And slowly, slowly start to extend the legs until the point that you feel that your chest abandons the legs, so there is no connection there. And just stay, wherever that is, stay there. The knees are slightly going to be bent, that's okay. Some of us are going to be down, that's okay, doesn't matter. Just focus on keeping the sensation. Then as you feel that the body allows you to have more space,
you extend the legs. But then again, focus on having that feeling of your chest still having some contact with the legs. Now slowly start to bring the weight into the balls of your feet. Look down, lift your toes, and once again, the same exercise we did at the beginning. Think about separating your toes, and then slowly placing down your pinky and your thumb, your big toe, and then the rest of the toes. Really grab the mat. Now move the weight of your body towards your toes, towards the balls of the feet, your foot, and then extend a little bit more of the legs. And more than focusing on the extension on the back side, focus on how the front side of the legs is getting engaged. So if you need, release your hands and touch the front side of your legs. Feel how that is acting. And wherever you feel that you are at your max, you start to go side to side, side to side. Release the hands down. Walk your hands a little bit forward, kind of into a half dog. Push the floor away. Bend the knees into this half dog. And slowly start to walk your feet towards the back until you find your actual downward facing dog. Down dog is also forward bend. You're also concentrating on elongating the back side of your legs. Since you are in your downward facing dog, today, as we work on forward bends, we're going to try to make it a little bit longer. So try to find the place where you normally will feel happy with your dog, or that you feel that your dog is normally. Then walk your feet just a tiny bit to the back. Doesn't need to be a lot. Maybe your heels will be lifting a little bit because of that small step. Doesn't matter. But then really try to feel that the heels are pushing down, feeling the elongation into the back side of the legs. And this is the second part you're going to find with downward facing dog. And is that you also have to really engage the chest. It doesn't happen only from the legs. So slowly bend the knees, look forward, then concentrate on pushing the hip bones up into the sky, and then pushing the mat away. Once again, bend the knees, look in between your hands, then feel like you were a little dog trying to push its buttocks up into the sky. Release, extend the legs, and maybe find a little bit more of depth here into your downward facing dog. You can continue to pedal your dog if you need to. Today's class is a little bit slow, because we are giving the body some time to change, to move into new spaces. And slowly push your body forward. We're going to get some release into the legs. Move into plank, or if plank is too much for you, lower your knees. If you're into your plank, I'm going to ask you to really feel that the heels are pushing back. So we're going to do a plank focused on the legs. Feel again, the heels are pushing to the back. Now, engage the front side of the legs and feel that the push is happening from the legs. If your knees are down, you can do the same. Push the heels back. Feel the engagement into the front side of your quads. the front side of the leg into your quads. Then from here, maybe you get the knees a little bit higher. So it's that feeling of pushing the heels back, engaging in the front of the legs. Wherever you are, we're going to stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the knees down. Walk your hands to the back. Keep the toes stuck. Of course, toe stuck or toes pose is going to be part of the sequence because we need to open every single part of the fascia into our body. Stay in your toe pose as long as you can. Focus on releasing the tension into the front of the legs and the back of the legs. And options here. Option 1 is you can stay in your with your toe stuck. Bring the hands to the back of your heels and slowly from here, push, push, push. Then feel the elongation into the front of the legs. We're not going to focus that much on the back bend, but on pushing the legs forward. Exhale, down, down, down. If that is too much, you can bring the toes on top, the hands into the mat, into the tip of your fingers. Inhale, push, push, push your hips forward. And exhale, release. Once again, wherever you are, toes stuck, toes on top. Inhale. Engage the back side of the legs. Push from the front of the legs. Stay. Exhale, slowly go down. Last one. Inhale. Start to push your hips forward, legs up and forward. Hold. And exhale. And slowly, once again, walk your hands all the way into hands and knees. If you need some movement for the hands, you can start to move side to side, back and forth. We're not going to do that much kind of pushing into the hands, but it's always good to give some space and movement into the wrist. So move side to side. You can bring your hands facing the side of the mat, then move side to side. Or you can come into the back of the hands. Same thing, go side to side, or allow the weight to go down. Just take about 10 seconds to find some movement into the wrist. Slowly go back into your hands for a down dog. Tuck your toes. And we're going to start from the chest. So we're going to move our buttocks all the way to the back of the heels. Push them out away and then concentrate on getting that elongation from the back side of our chest area, so the back. Really feel it elongating, really feel that you're pushing. Tuck the toes down if they're not already. Feel again that sensation of pushing. Keep that sensation of pushing as you bring the knees up. Now feel that the hips are really moving up into the sky, a small back bend into your spine. And slowly extend the legs as much as you need and can. Look at your heels. Make sure you cannot see the heels behind. And we're going to start with a little bit of the sequence and kind of a modified sun salutation that we're going to use to warm up the body. Slowly walk your feet all the way to the front. Interlace the hands against opposite elbows. Bend the knees. Inhale all the way up.
We're going to do only one sequence. It's going to be a slightly longer sequence, but only one. Stand all the way to the front of the mat. Find calm into your breath. And the next inhale, bring the hands up. Elongate the legs. Feel the front of the legs getting elongated. Maybe a really small back bend here. On the exhale, slowly go all the way down.
Release your hands down.
On the next inhale, look forward. Bring your right foot up. Just release it. Bring it a little bit up from the mat. Then slowly press into your left foot. Bring the foot back into preparation for a warrior three. Bend the front knee and slowly, really slowly release it all the way down. The sequence is not going to be quite dynamic. We're going to concentrate on the different strengths that we're doing. So release the knee down, come into a lunge with your hands down. Keep the toes tucked and slowly inhale, bring your chest up. Bring the hands into the hips and push the hips down as you stretch the hip flexor into your right side. Now focus on feeling the elongation towards the front leg. How the back side of your front leg is engaging. On the exhale, push with the front leg. Bring the toes up, looking at the ceiling. Exhale. Forward fold. Once again, bend the knee. Try to bring the whole of your chest all the way down into your quadricep. And now extend the leg and try to move the chest with it. Feel the elongation into the back side of your left leg. You can go a little bit deeper by going towards the side. One more breath here. Try to go into the deepest position you can, into your kind of half Hanumanasana, your half split. Exhale, bend the knee, move forward. Push the mat away, bring the back knee up, and slowly go all the way up into crescent. Same thing, find engagement into the feeling of extension into the hip flexor, but also the strength into the front leg. Stay into your lunge. Try to maybe bring it a little bit lower. Bring the hands into the hips and move the hips down and forward. Exhale. Slowly start to extend the front leg. If you can, maybe you start lifting the front toes. Then here is really balanced. I am cheating because I have the wall close to me. Try to find the balance or keep the toes down. On the exhale, slowly start to move forward, down, bring the toes up. Exhale, release all the way down. Same thing, bend the knee, bring the chest into the leg and extend. Elongate towards the back side of your left leg. Once again, you can go for a little twist, moving to the side. Bringing that elongation into the sides of your hamstrings as well. Moving a little bit on the IT band as well. And exhale, from here, you're just going to walk your hands all the way around
until you are into Padottanasana, or your wide-legged forward fold. So from here, once again, bend the knees. Same thing as we have been doing before. Now, feel like you're having a back bend into your body. Then feel that the buttocks is pushing up, 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 up into the ceiling. Maybe your elbows are touching down into the mat. If they're doing so, focus on bringing the elbows on, kind of feeling that the elbows are pushing back towards your feet, and that your hip bones are pushing up into the ceiling. So it's a kind of opposite feeling. One of moving forward and one of moving back. You can also bring the hands down in line with your feet, and same thing. Feel that the hands are pushing back, and as the hands are pushing back, you're able to bring your hips up, up, up. Hip bones are pushing forward, the hands are pushing back. Use the breath to go a little bit deeper here. Last deep breath. And slowly walk your hands to the front. Bend the front knee once again. Last pose. Bring the heel down. Preparing for warrior one. Inhale, bring the chest up. Hands up, interlace the fingers. Release your index. Point all the way to the ceiling. Once again, focus on that feeling of elongation and strength. You're strengthening the quadriceps, but at the same time, elongating the hip flexors and the quads into the other leg. Stay with the knees bent as they are, and slowly start to move forward. Move forward, and notice that as the weight falls forward, you'll have to engage a little bit more of the back of the leg. Release your hands. You can interlace the hands towards the back. You can just keep the hands release down or bring them up. Then just allow your chest to move towards the inside. You don't have to go that deeper. Just feel that really strong engagement of the back of the leg as you move here. Exhale, slowly start to extend the leg. Pyramid pose. Once again. Bend the knee slightly. Keep the chest towards the front, towards the quadricep. Then extend. Maybe the hands go up. Two more breaths here. Exhale, release the hands down. Bring the back knee down. We finish as we started. Inhale, chest forward. We have a lot of chips today. In the river. Chest forward. Now as we move, we're going to move all the way to the front. So strongly press into the front leg. Keep that sensation of engagement into the front leg. Bring the other foot slightly next to it. Just allow it to float. And then release it down slowly. Hands against opposite elbows. And release that. Bend the knees. Chest towards the quads. And exhale, extend. Notice any difference from the beginning. It's likely that your left leg is going to be a little bit more flexible. So you're going to feel a little bit unbalanced. So let's take that unbalance out. Inhale, look to the front. Strongly press into the toes and the feet. Inhale. Lift yourself up. Hands into the ceiling. Exhale. Fall forward. Preparing for the other side. So press into the mat, tips of the fingers or hands. Slowly start to bring the weight into your right foot. Lift your left foot up and just allow it to float. Keep that floating really slowly, as slow as you can. Start lifting that leg into a preparation for a warrior two. Feel the engagement in both legs. Bend the front knee, slowly start to go down. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Slowly bring the back knee down. Inhale, look to the front. On the exhale, slowly start to bring all the chest up. Hands into your hips and press forward. Keep the pressing forward. Feel the extension into your right hip flexor, into your left hip flexor. Yeah. But now feel the engagement into the other leg, into the inside of the other leg. On the exhale, start extending the front leg. Bring the toes up and slowly start to move forward. You can do it with hands or without hands. Release your hands on either side of your foot. Bend the knees slightly. Bring the chest towards your quads. On the exhale, extend the leg and try to keep the chest towards your leg. Feel extension. Use every single breath to go a little bit deeper. You can go into a little bit of a twist here. And exhale, release. Bend the front knee. Move forward, come into the tip of your fingers. Tuck the back toes and slowly lift the back toes. Feel the engagement in both legs as you move all the way up into a crescent. Interlace the fingers, allow the index finger to keep pointing. Once again, feel the elongation into your left leg and how the front quad is really getting engaged. And how you're using the back side of your leg to keep yourself up. Hold for 3, for 2, and 1. Extend the front leg. You can stay here, or you can try your balance by lifting the front toes. You can bring the hands on either side and balance yourself that way. It's like a preparation for a split. And it's really good. One of the poses I've been doing to prepare for my split, and it actually works quite well. From here, if you can, start moving forward. Keep the balance, or loosen it like I did. Keep both legs extended. Now bend the front knee. Keep the toes pointing up, and then exhale. Feel that your chest is moving towards the quads. On the exhale, push, extend the leg. Once again, kind of a pyramid forward fold. Feeling the extension into the left side of the front side of the left leg and the extension on the back side of your leg with your right leg. Try to keep going down here for one last deep breath. Maybe go into a twist. And exhale, slowly walk your hands towards the left side, in between your legs for a forward fold, a Padottanasana, open-legged forward fold, and release it down. Maybe your elbows can go all the way down, maybe they don't, doesn't matter. Bend the knees. Now feel a little bit of a back bend into kind of your lower back. Then from here, you're going to try to really push the hips and of the buttocks all the way towards the front, up towards the ceiling and towards the front. So you just focus on the hips. Push the hips forward, and maybe the elbows push back. You can bring the hands in between your feet and do the same. Hands push back as your hips push forward. Last deep breath. Release. Walk your hands all the way towards the front. Bend the front knee for the last part of the pose. Release your back heel down into 45-degree angle. Bend the front knee so it's in line with your heel. On the inhale, bring the chest up into your warrior one. Elongate, grow tall. Find the strength into the legs that is keeping you up. Try to level your chest forward. Nice, slowly exhale. Start to move your chest towards your knee as we have done many times before. Your hands release all the way to the back. Interlace the fingers to the back. Extend the legs. Then allow the chest to maybe pull a little bit towards the side of the leg. Use the breath to keep yourself here. Now maybe without the use of the hands, extend the front leg. But at all times, try to keep the chest pressing against your quadriceps. Padottanasana, your pyramid. And the hands are into the back and they are interlaced because you really want to keep the chest open and forward. You don't want to collapse. Feel like your chin is pointing towards your big toe. And slowly release the hands. Bend the knee. Strongly press the hands on either side of your foot. The next inhale, lift into warrior three. Once again, bring your foot next to the right and allow it to use, kind of float next to it. Exhale, release. Interlace your hands against opposite elbows and just release down. And again, notice any difference into your forward fold. Bend the knees. Look forward. Come into the tip of your toes, into your tippy toes. If possible, sit into your heels. Maybe you have the balance today to bring the hands into the knees. Focus into a single point. Stay here, opening the backside of your feet once again to release and change a little bit of the position as slow as you can. Start bringing the knees down. Same thing as we did at the beginning. Hands against the heels, toes tuck or toes on tuck. Inhale, lift, push the hips forward. The head doesn't have to go down, doesn't have to be a full camel. We're focusing more on the legs. Hold here for 3, for 2, and 1. Slowly return where you were. Hands forward. If you can, lift the knees without the hands. Then you always fall to the back. And exhale. Try to release the heels down. Even if you have to lift your buttocks. I'm not that flexible into my ankles. Now you release all the way down and sit into the mat. So a lot into the legs, a lot of focus into the legs today. So we're now going to move into the forward folds. And the forward folds is something you use or you will normally use in yoga to bring your body down. So normally with forward folds you feel a little bit lethargic and it's really good if you're going to fall asleep. It's really good for the little ones if you're feeling that you need to calm them down. So we're going to move a little bit into these forward folds and allow for a long Shavasana today. So first thing we're going to do is Dandasana, your L-shaped pose. Bring your feet together and really focus on kind of bringing your toes up and even your toes towards the chest. Hands on either side of your hips. You can bring your tippy toe, your tip of your fingers, or press the hands down. And slightly tuck the chin towards the chest, slightly. The magic of this pose is really about having the time to concentrate into different parts of the body. So start to maybe bring your hands into your quads and then feel if they are really engaged. Then ask them to engage, to hold yourself up from the legs, not from so much of the abs, but from the legs. Now interlace your hands against opposite elbows. We're going to start stretching a little bit into the back. We're going to keep the body as it is, and we're going to feel like we are a little bit of a kind of an armadillo, if you may think about it. So it's going to crunch into each other. Feel that your chest is pushing back and your chin is pushing towards the chest. And slowly, slowly, slowly start to roll yourself forward. And then now up. We're going to change the hands. We're going to bring the hands towards the back. Maybe grab opposite shoulders. Inhale, open. And then on the exhale, once again. You're going to move forward, forward, forward. And then try to roll. A little bit like a mixture of a quesadilla and a taco. And a tortilla. Trying to roll yourself into this grab. Inhale, lift. Hands into the neck. Open. Exhale, roll yourself. Then as you keep the hands into the neck, maybe your elbows can point towards your knees or towards your quads. Then feel the extension into the back side. This is the part where I was telling you this can be quite a nice massage. You really focus on opening the whole fascia into the back side of your body. It can be really nice massaging. Inhale, open. Last time. Use whatever hands work best for you. Exhale, fold. Fold and roll. Try to bring your elbows a little bit more towards the middle of your quadriceps. Roll. Feel the whole fascia of your body, the back body really elongating. And inhale out. Nice. Now, your right foot is going to go on the inside of the left foot. Janusirsasana. I'm not going to go deep. We're again going to use the back side of your chest, of your spine. So hands into the ape or hands against opposite elbows or hands against opposite shoulders, whatever position will work best for you. On the exhale, we're going to move the chin into the chest. Once again, we're going to roll like a taco. Roll like a tortilla. And try to bring your elbows towards the middle of your quad. Once we are there, maybe we can go a little bit lower and then your forehead touches into your knee. Release the hands. And then from there, unravel. So feel like you're unraveling that taco. Bend the front knee, bring the chest towards the knee, and then extend it as much as you can, keeping all the time the chest towards the knee, towards the quads. Look forward and concentrate more about almost bringing your chin towards your chin. Janusirsasana have the ability to allow you to elongate a little bit more. Use every single breath to try to go a little bit deeper. And inhale, open up. Change legs. Inhale, sit up, hands into the neck or shoulders or elbows. Open. Exhale, roll yourself like you were a little bit of a tortilla. Try to bring your elbows a little bit higher up into the leg. Feel the elongation into the back side of your body. And exhale, release the hands. Allow the elbows to try to go into the mat. Bend the front knee, bend the right knee. Bring the chest into your quad. And exhale, extend as much as you can. Focus on opening your chest forward, bringing your chin towards your chin. Use every single breath to go a little bit deeper. And release. Inhale all the way up. We're gonna move now into the side of your mat. You can keep your right leg extended. Then just open your other foot into the long edge of the mat. Or we're going to go into an extended forward. So an open-legged forward fold.
Same thing as we did when we were standing. So you're going to focus on bringing your toes towards your chest. Hands against the ape of your neck, the birth of your neck. And then exhale, start to roll yourself inward. You're going to try to bring the elbows towards your pelvis. Really roll in. And start to feel the extension into the back side of your body. You cannot do forward folds without the whole of the body, including the chest. We focus so much into the hamstring flexibility, and then we forget that we have the hips, we have all the spine, the neck, the fascia of the head. Try to go a little bit deeper here. Now release. Then same thing on twirl. Feel that your chest is pushing forward, and as we did when we were standing, your hands are pushing back as your hips are pushing forward. Keep that same sensation of hips pushing forward, hands pushing back, chest pushing forward, hands pushing back. Just focus on that sensation. Hands keep pushing towards the back, your chest keep pushing forward. Your hip bones are almost trying to kind of touch the ground, touch the ceiling, or having that feeling of like moving up. And that might allow you to go a little bit deeper here. Focus on that sensation of hips moving back and up, up. Your chest pushing forward, your hands pushing back. And that slowly might allow you to go all the way down. Stop where your body just tells you that that's enough. And just accept it. Notice how your body's feeling here. Notice every single sensation of effort in your body, your hamstrings, your toes. Activate any part of your body that is not active. Maybe your hands, your hips, your chest. Observe that sensation and then just accept where you are. If you are here, that's it. That's beautiful. That's perfect. That's where your body is. If you're down and almost touching the ground, but you cannot yet do it, you still have those 5 centimeters and it's taking you a long time to go even deeper. That's it. Your body needs more time. That's it. Just accept it, acknowledge it, and release it. Take one more deep breath here. And exhale. Start to move up. Bring both feet together towards the front or the back, doesn't matter. Last position of the day. Hands to the back. We're going to go for an opposite plank. So we're just going to push our hips up as we were doing with the knees bent. And try to bring our toes down, Baddhankasana. Ready? Inhale, chest up and forward. Exhale, prepare, pushing the hands. One more inhale, up. Your toes are pushing down into the mat. Nice. Open the chest. Last effort here, holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chin into the chest, as slow as you can. Release down. Release down. Slowly. Open your feet as wide as the mat. Hands on the outside. As you were tortilla once more, But this time use opening wide, release down. Release into every side of the body, release your feet, release your hands, release any effort. Today was not really a class to sweat. It's a class that might make you feel a little bit drowsy. It's a great class if you need to focus on accepting, that if you need to focus on releasing, if you need to focus on resting. Back benches, the ones we did last week, really make you sweat and really make your heart to go high up very quickly. Forward folds have the opposite effect, which doesn't mean that they're not good or important. They just allow your body to reset, calm, and release. When you stay in Shavasana, focus on the sensation into the back of the legs. Feel the elongation, the new elongation that you have gained into the back of the legs. Just allow that to maybe bring you deeper. Stay here for as long as you want and need. Or with me, start to bring awareness into your toes, as we did at the beginning of the class. Really try to open into your toes. Bring awareness into your big toe and your little pinky toe. Push them against an invisible floor towards the back. Extend your feet towards the front. Maybe start to roll the feet inwards, outwards. Bend the knees. Bring your knees side to side. Slowly bring in movement into your body. Hug the knees towards your chest. A little bit of a tiny, tiny, tiny twist. Bring the knees towards the left side. Open the chest towards the right. Elongate. Change the sides, knee towards the chest. Hug. Allow the knees to go into the right side. Open your chest up into the ceiling. Your hand towards the left. And open. And release all the way towards the left. Allow just a second to stay into these fetal position and using your hands
Leave yourself up.
Come into a nice sitting position. Bring your hands into the center, top of your feet, and elongate. Allow the hands to go into kind of the top of your hips or into the part where your legs touch your hips. Place the top of your hand down here, then push up and open. Maybe extend the elbows, bring the chin down, and try to feel an opening into the backside of your body. Finding your space. We are going to try to do another one. You can do the same as we did before, or bring the tip of your fingers into kind of that place where your hips and your legs meet. Then reverse your hands here. Then push away. You can do the same with the hands down. Or again, the back side of your hand. Push the arms forward. A little nice stretch into your wrists as well. Find the space into your spine. One more deep breath here. Release. Bring your hands in front of your heart. Namaste. Open the chest all the way up into the ceiling. Small back bend here. Keeping that back bend, slowly move forward into the last forward fold of the class.
Thanks for coming to the class.